in Bagua, it's like oops. So every move is sort of finished. But it does carry on into the next one. But a whole bunch of energy happens, then another whole bunch of energy happens. In Taiji, you take a bit of this energy and just add it to the next move. It's just a different way of doing things, that's all. Time.
How many times, or for what length of time you practice? Suppose you choose 2.
Yeah, okay.
How long do you do it and how much do you repeat them?
As long as you want.
Ah.
Like when I did this, I practiced, I couldn't walk on this leg, so I just had to place it like that. I just practiced the hand movements. All 12, 3 times through, morning and evening. And by the second day I was actually walking like that. And to tell you the truth, I thought I'd broken my leg, because bang! It went bang! Like that. And I thought, and the dogs was going, come on, run more, run more. So yeah, even just doing the hands without the stepping works.
You mentioned at the beginning that 2 of the Chi development tools work on the calves. I think one was the pericardium, where you actually stand up, or basically almost take your heel off the ground. Which was the other one? Triple burn.
Yeah.
Triple burn.
You also mentioned doing fudging at one point. Is it after the first one?
Doing what?
Fudging.
Yeah. When?
Is it after the first Chi development tool?
Oh yes, you have to do, yeah, I mentioned that on the first day, remember. You only have to do that the once. So you might do the heart. And then you do the heart like, okay, right foot forward, Erle. And then on the lean forward, you're a really big explosive movement. You only have to do it the once though.
So for the first one?
Yes, for the first one, and then all the rest you don't have to do it for.
Why?
So it doesn't, because what that does is, it's called sealing the energy. It's like closing the gates, getting, so everything you do after it is in a pressure cooker now. So it doesn't, your energy doesn't escape. So, bah! That, because you drop the tongue down and you go, bah! Any more offers?
Yes.
Any more offers?
Hey, Xingyi has many animal forms.
Huh?
Xingyi has many animal forms.
Yeah, I think they have 12 or something.
And how's that? Can you?
The animals are not the same as in Bagua.
No, and
I don't know the Xingyi animal forms at all, I just know some drills from Xingyi. I don't particularly know the animal forms from Xingyi because it's enough to learn the ones from Bagua.
yeah, but the relationship with Tai Chi and animal forms, is there a relationship or?
Only the fact that when you're doing the bear,
Yeah.
you get that energy from the bear. You know, you're doing the monkey,
Yeah.
like this. So that's why they were developed. Of course, the energy's there all the time, and the premise is that you do your Taiji forms for a specific reason to get the energy, to get the internal part. Then you do your push hands to keep the internal part while you're working with someone else putting pressure on you. Then you do the Tai Chui form to keep the energy and to keep that calm state while you're being attacked. But you're not really being attacked, so it's easier, you see.
Yeah.
And the next step up is, okay, you're attacked in the street, you might have a chance to still remain calm and defeat that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you advise to do the model Qigong also the same morning or evening you do the Qi development tools?
Did you just say, when do you do the Qi development tools with your Qigong in the morning?
Or do it first and then
Yeah.
the chi development.
Yeah, the mother Qigong always comes first. However, I must admit, of late, because of this, I've just been doing the Qi development tools. And I find that totally innovating. And I'll also admit, I only do Qigong for 5 minutes now, because I can. The only reason we do Qigong for 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever is to get 30 seconds of it right. If you get 30 seconds of it right, that's all you need. So you just stand there, all of a sudden you've had 30 seconds right, because you've been standing there for a while. And also, the beginners need to build up heat in the cauldron to start the energy floating throughout the body and then being distilled back into the marrow of the bones. That's why basically why we're doing Qigong. And in particular, push hands does that for us. Push hands is one of the only exercises that will change Qi into Jing. It's a fantastic, that's why I've not mentioned that for a long, long time. It's just come back to me. That was one of the first things that I would ever teach people when we started push hands. It is one of the only exercises where you can actually turn Qi into Jing, apart from just natural body things from, when you're a baby, that happens. But if you want to turn Qi into Jing, so as to give yourself stronger bones, it's push hands that does it. Because we're interrelating with another person. Of course, if you're doing push hands, just rough and tumble, nothing happens. But you must be giving and receiving from that person. Not so much that you're going like this. There must be always alive in your arms, and it must always be alive. So that whenever that person moves, you're moving. And when you're moving, that person's moving. And the interaction between the two different energies builds up heat in the cauldron, and then that changes into Jing. The Jing is the working part of Qi. You have water. You can do certain things with water, but you can do much more with water if you turn it into steam and a steam engine. And so Qi, you do certain things with the Qi, but if you want to do a lot of work like healing others, for instance, you must change the Qi into Jing. So it's light, it floats, and then it becomes distilled in the marrow of your bones. So that's why we do push, that's another major reason why we do push hands. It's a total interaction, and it might look like it's like this, but when you do a good session of push hands with a constant, it's good to have a constant partner with whom to train, or a couple of different partners, rather than just changing partners, like a wife. It's good to have the one wife for a long time. Yeah. And you learn that I'm doing exact opposite to what Eli's doing. You can be the girl, Eli. I'm doing exact opposite. It's making me change. And it's a lovely interaction between two people. That's another area of doing push hands. It's an interaction between two energies. Nothing to do with male or female or anything, of course. It's just an interaction of two energies. But nothing will happen if you're trying to think about, oh, I'm going to hit him now, or I'm going to push him over and show him how good I am. Nothing good will come of that. Only good comes of it when, you can only get this interaction between two people of yin and yang once you know the movements so perfectly that you no longer think about them. And look what our hands are doing. Look what our hands are doing. What have we been doing for the last 4 days? Look. Wave hands like clouds, look. Brush knee twist step, look. Everything's the same in Tai Chi, but this is really the culmination of your Tai Chi training.